everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, sorry, no reacts yesterday, although Chantal was very busy doing her lives. I had some important stuff to catch up on, and I'm all caught up. So now it's time to sit down and react to Chantal. So, boy, she's been busy. Busy, 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 just complaining about everything. And the react that I'm going to do today is on a live that she did called One Day Left, Three Eggs Left, Maybe Got a Place. So, as everyone knows, Salah, he's somewhere with his family. He's going to be gone for 3 days. And Foodie was invited to go. She went 6 hours on the trip and then she decided, you know what? Really not liking the fact that I don't have luxury accommodations and worried about the AC. So she went back home, and Salah went ahead and drove 6 hours plus back to where his family was. Then he called her and said, guess what? I'm not just staying for 2 days, I'm staying for three, which has put her in quite the mood. And she's still in a mood. And this live that she did, One Day Left, she's complaining about lack of food. You know, without even being in the house, Foodie, I know you're lying. I know that you've got more than three eggs left in the house. Because if all you had was three eggs, you'd be going through those three eggs and there'd be nothing in the house and you would be having a major meltdown. The fact that you're so calm tells me that there's plenty of food in the house. I'm sure there's staples, maybe some rice, maybe some beans, maybe some bread. If you've got staples in the house, you're not starving. You're really not. But I'm going to give my thoughts to everything. So, how about we just get into the Twitter peeps and let's get started, y'all. Let's go. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps. So, I've got those all set and ready to go. And Queen Booger is in the background. She got me up at 6 o'clock this morning, of course, because why not? She's up, then I should be up. All right. So for those of you that are on Twitter that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you that are not on Twitter, that's why I do the Twitter peeps, so you guys can keep up with Twitter stuff without being there. So first tweet is from Shenanigans. Shenanigans says, I'm at a loss for words. So this is a clip from the live that I'm going to be reacting to. Peak Chantal. She doesn't have cheese, but she's got plenty of wine. Let's listen.
And I'm just tired of it. I want to be myself and I don't want to feel guilty for it. You know what I mean? So I have expectations of him coming home to feed me. That's why. I'm like a cat after someone's been on holiday for a few days. I'm tired of eggs.
How long has she been a cat owner? She's owned cats for quite a while, right? Then she should know that cats are pretty independent. They are not really codependent. Cats are very independent creatures. If they were out in the wild, they would be hunting. They have a hunting instinct. Hence the reason why if you're a cat owner, then you know about them chasing your toes and playing the blanket game where they're chasing your feet. Booger still does that to me, and she's 10 years old. But cats are hunters. They see a bird, they're going to go after a bird. It doesn't mean that they're hungry. It just means it's just in their nature to hunt. So cats are independent creatures. Hi, Booger. Speaking of independent creatures, you want to go say hi to your fans? Come here. People want to see you, and you want to come up here anyway. So here's Queen Booger. So, like, she still hunts. Queen Booger still hunts. Like, if she sees a fly in the house, she's going after it. She sees a bug, she's going after it. She sees my feet, she's going after them too. So I'm like a cat. Cats are independent. They really don't need much. You need way too much. Way too much.
I don't even like eggs.
Well, too bad. You can't always get what you want. But if you try real hard, you get what you need. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean you shouldn't eat it. If you're hungry, you will eat that food. Let me tell you, you will.
And I'm just tired of it. I want to be myself and I don't want to feel guilty for it. You know what I mean? So I have expectations of him coming home to feed me.
You are a 41-year-old woman. He doesn't need to come home to feed you. You are not a baby. You're a grown adult woman. If you're an adult, you are expected to feed yourself. It's expected that you know how to cook your own food and feed yourself. And if you don't have a lot of groceries in the house, then you improvise. You make a meal out of nothing. Struggle meal. It's a thing.
That's why I'm like a cat.
Um, y'all, somebody please get a crowbar because my eyes are rolling so far in the back of my head, they're going to get stuck there. So much wine today. All right, Empress to E says, so we're back to, I need a routine. I need to start taking care of myself. No crap, Chantal. Let's watch.
I just didn't clean every day. Here I clean every day. I'm getting into a routine. And you know what? That's going to be key to help my depression and to keep my mind from, missing anything. Because, I need a routine. I can't just get up at 3 like I did today, get high, eat all day, drive and get a coffee. I need a routine, to take care of myself, my home. I'm going to try to get somewhere. I've had 3 years of, peace didn't help. It's going to be.
You know what? I would like to remind everyone, those who, or maybe those who weren't around during Crackhead Olympics, those of you that weren't around, or those of you that were, you might remember Chantal saying, when she was breaking up with BB, all the talk that she did, saying that when she moved into the villa, it'd be a brand new life and everything was going to be different. Everything was going to be great. And then what happened? She just fell into a hole of nothingness and stayed there for a long time. And she was very happy to do so. Her villa was a disgusting, slobby mess. I mean, the levels of filth in that house were just off the chain. Mummified food in her, what she called her KFC drawer, fruit flies all over the house, garbage in every room, box mountains everywhere, moldy pots every place, rotted food in the fridge. It was nasty. Glitter boxes that hadn't been changed in months. So what is she claiming now, that she's going to go home and be a whole brand new person? She's not. This is what she's saying right here. It's not about her saying it out loud and thinking about it and planning on how to make this whole brand new life. This is talk for the Beezers, the ones who want her to be better, the ones that want her to have a healthy life. She's feeding scraps of hope to them. Yeah, I'm going to go home and take care of myself and have a routine. My question is how? If you have lived the last 3+ years of your life living a certain way, having a certain way of doing things, how are you going to restructure the structure if you don't have outside help? If you've not been to therapy, you've not been to counseling, you don't have a life coach or someone to help you out and give you encouragement and give you advice and actually listen to the advice. Listen to what's being told to you. How is anything going to change if you refuse to change? And nothing's going to happen except her getting high and eating a bunch of food and raging.
Be healthy for him to have a routine too. And I'm going to make sure, he needs, yes, we need to share the chores. I want to get, I'm just so excited.
She's over there saying that she's going to move in with Pete's and they're both going to have chores. Pete is not going to do chores. He will not. Or is he moving in just to be your maid and caretaker? Because you do need a maid and a caretaker because you are such a lazy slob. Has Pete agreed to move in with you? I think that would be a mistake. Look, I know he's on hard times right now, but wherever he's at, it's going to be a sight better than being with you, because if something happens to you, I don't know if he can go back to being in that room again. I just don't know. I mean, you're a very unstable person. If I were him, I would not be throwing my life into the arena of an unstable person, but that's just my opinion.
To be there. If I can make it work and actually go before Halloween, oh man, I want to cry. That's like my dream.
Yeah, well, if teamwork makes the dream work, you want to go to Canada before Halloween, get your butt busy and start making money, and don't grift. No cheating allowed, Foodie. No, 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 no. Don't go to your beezers and ask them for money. Actually make it yourself. And if you beezers have any lick of sense between all of you, you won't give her any more money. You've already given her enough. She's got enough to go home right now. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep yelling it from the rooftops. She's got enough money to go home. She's getting her YouTube paycheck today. All right? That's like 2 or 3K in pocket. Then she's got another 2K plus the money from PayPal. That's like 5K. She can go home now. She will not go home in grand style like she wants to, but she can do it. She can rent an extended stay motel room for a month for about 2K. She'd have plenty of money in pocket to get food or whatever, rent a car. She's fine. Don't let her BS all of you over there on her channel. She's got enough money. More than enough. She can do it if she wants to. Nana Spike T says, absolutely agree. She's a complete failure at life and always will be. She's had so much to learn, grow in these past 3 years, yet her wish is to return to a sloppy, messy life just to entertain strangers. Wow. So listening to Chantal talk lately, it's very clear to me, Foodie, that you're trying to recreate Crackhead Olympics. You want to bring back all the original cast members. You want to bring back all the original locations. You're not just looking for a house. You're looking for a villa, and the villa is what you had during Crackhead Olympics. You're going to try to do a recreation of that era. But I'll tell you what, there is no recreating it. You are not the same person as you were then. You're a lot bigger now. You're a lot unhealthier. You're a lot more sick. You don't have as much energy. Even if you try to bring back original elements, it's not going to hit the same because it's all been done. What could you show us that is something new? What are you going to do? You're going to talk badly about Salah? Well, you did that about Nader. So that's a repeat. You're bringing in peace. We've seen that before. What can you do that's going to shock us that we have not seen? You did so many shocking things during Crackhead Olympics. You know, like you're probably pinning all your hopes on people want to see me in Canada and I can just be in Canada and they'll just eat it up. We'll see. We will see. I think there's going to be some interest. I will agree with you there, Foodie. There's going to be some interest. But if it gets repetitive and boring, the interest is going to, you know, it's not going to hit. Okay. But maybe for you, that's good enough that it'll hit for a while. But you're trying to redo Crackhead Olympics. It ain't going to work. Rian says, simply put, my overall thoughts on Foodie Beauty. Nothing new, just points most of us know, but should be highlighted once more. So this is Rian's opinion, saying, in my view, Foodie Beauty has never really wanted to step into adulthood. Over time, she has become increasingly immature, clinging to food as her main source of comfort and escape. She avoids accountability, often shifting responsibility onto others, and seems to prefer relationships where someone takes on a parental role rather than an equal partnership. Ultimately, she appears more comfortable staying in a childlike state as long as her basic needs and emotional dependency are met, even in difficult living conditions. Yeah, it's really weird. She says she wants a husband or a boyfriend, but really she wants a father of sorts. You know, whoever that man is, he's more of in a father role than a boyfriend role or a husband role. And I'm sure it's quite taxing taking on a parental role for Chantal, whether it's an actual parent or a surrogate parent. Nana Spike T says, dang, I can't stand Salah, but I can't imagine how she will act when he's back. If he thought her tantrums were bad before, buckle up, Salah. The wrath of Foodie is coming. For the sake of your family, give her the boot. Yeah, I'm telling you, when he gets back to where they are, there's going to be a massive meltdown, blowout fight. Oh, it's coming, girl world. It's coming. I'm sure that Chantal is going to be pressing all of Salah's buttons out of anger, out of vengeance, out of wrath, out of insecurity. She's going to be pressing them all just to get a reaction out of him. And I'm also certain that he's spending time with his family now, but he's got a 7-8 hour drive back to where she is. And after the good time with the family is over, all the way back there, he's going to be thinking about her and how to deal with her. And he's also going to be getting mad over the way she behaved in front of his family. And that's going to get him fired up. So he's going to walk in the door fired up. And Foodie's already going to be fired up. And Foodie doesn't understand that Salah has quiet, explosive temper. It's going to shock her. When he lets go on her and starts yelling and screaming and showing the ugly face, it's going to be shocking. She's used to him being passive. This is not going to be passive. Not at all. Like, she's going to poke at him until his temper all the way comes out. And he might just walk in the door and say, you know what? Pack your bags. I'm taking you to the airport right now. I don't care. You want to wait to go home to Canada. You're going home now. So you got two choices. Either I kick you out and you find your way there, or you let me drop you off at the airport and you can figure it out from there. You're getting paid today. There's no need to wait anymore. I'm wondering if that's going to happen. He's just going to walk in and just say simply, pack your bag, let's go. That would be something, wouldn't it? Doom Shakalaka says she's realized she isn't getting 10K now. 2K is enough. Huh. Look at this community post. What about that? Foodie Beauty says, hi guys. All right. So due to your donations and super chats and cameos and watching my lives and videos, I won't be too far off from being okay to move back to Canada to Bees by Halloween. I am still hoping to raise a bit more. So if you would like to contribute, that would be a great help. Thanks everyone for all the help already. For those who requested cameos, I will have them done soon. And thank you. So she's still begging, but in a way she's admitting, yeah, I got enough to go home. All right, this is funny from the vegan saying he waited this moment his entire life. So the little guy walks out of the pen with the big guy, and he's like, he gets all tough. He's bucking up to the big guy, just telling him off. I never liked you anyway. I never liked sharing the pen with you. He's getting the last word in. Oh my goodness. Kelly says, this trip is going to change Salah. He didn't have to worry about a 600-pound woman. He could do what he wanted. It's crazy Foodie Beauty doesn't think he's going to get married again. His family is pressuring him, especially with that big house. Who wouldn't want someone better than this? I would like to offer up a theory of mine. Just a theory. So when Salah was in Kuwait, when he met Foodie, he had a car, he had a home. Because of Foodie, he lost both. So what if he allowed her to come to Syria, and the agreement was, you know what? While you're here, you're going to give me back the things that I lost. You're going to give me a home. You're going to help fix up a home, and you're going to help get me a car. That's the agreement. For you staying in Syria, I want a car, and I want you to use your money to help fix up this house. For her to stay there, maybe that was part of it, because he got a car, he's fixing up the house, major improvements, off her dime. She wanted to live rent-free. Well, in a way, she was paying rent, just not the usual way. But yeah, I'm sure he is going to get married again. I'm sure he's the talk of the town. He's a big shot. He's got a car now. He's got a home. He has money because of Foodie. And now he can let her go. Like, he got what he wanted out of Foodie. He may not have gotten the original wants that he wanted out of Foodie, but he's walking out the winner, essentially. More so than she is. She didn't win anything. He's got a home now. He's close to his family. He's got a car. He's got money. I'm sure he's been socking money away that Foodie's been giving him. He probably has a lot of savings in Syria. He'd be rich. He'd be considered rich, and he's a big shot. So Salah won. Of the two of them, Salah won. He may have put up with a lot from Foodie, but he got something out of the deal. Medicinal Greenhead says, what are you getting high on? I thought you only smoked shisha. Yeah, let's watch.
Mind from, missing anything, because like I need a routine. I can't just get up at like 3 like I did today, get high, eat all day.
She told on herself. She said she's in Syria confessing to getting high. Getting high off what? I've always wondered if there was something extra in that shisha pipe. I told y'all the smoke looked weird to me, like she was smoking something else. What are you getting high off of, Foodie? What is there that you're getting high off of? Interesting. Fondue Spiteful Beach says, Foodie Beauty, so Salah demanded the costume and renamed you Miriam. Can't wait till he abused me, Ark, when he gets back to Canada and she gets jealous and insecure. You're a horrible person. Yep. Oh, it's going to happen. She's going to need content. She's going to need something to talk about. People want to know the details of what happened, and she's going to spill it all where she can talk and there's no repercussions for her actions, but there will be. Because I'm sure that if she does that, Salah's going to say what he wants to say, and we're going to be interested and we're going to listen. And anybody out there who is an audience member or reactor, I'm telling you, buckle up. Get your sleep, get your snacks, enjoy your free time, because it's about to get crazy. When she gets back to Canada, it's on. The lips are going to be unsealed, and she's going to be talking and he's going to be talking. It's going to be nuts. Carrie S2222 says Foodie Beauty is absolutely 100% a pathological liar. All right, let's look at the screenshot. 10 pathological liar signs. How do you recognize a pathological liar? Consistent lying and making up stories are the primary signs of pathological lying. Typical pathological liar signs in young adults include embellishing lies with extensive details, telling dramatic and highly unlikely stories, appearing anxious while talking, getting defensive when confronted about the lie, constantly changing their story or being vague when questioned, lying even when there's no reason to, seeming unconcerned with being caught in a lie, feeling high when they get away with lying, passing off a story someone else told as their own, acting in ways that don't match their words. Foodie hits all of these points. She's done them all. All of them. Pathological liars may lie for a specific reason, or their lying may be random. I appreciate you posting that, Carrie, because that's all of that is Foodie. All of them. Not even one left out. Interesting. Okay, what else we got here before we get into the live? Empath says rule number 1. So another thing that's going on, Foodie was collecting money so that she and Julie can go home to Canada. And a lot of people on Twitter quickly exposed there's no way that Foodie is taking Julia back. There's just too much to do, too much paperwork. And what do you know? Chantal did a community post saying that she's not taking Julia back with her, that she feels that Julia would be better off with Salah. And it's true that Julia would be better off with Salah. You know, a long plane trip anywhere would be traumatic for an animal, especially Julia, because she's been neglected by Chantal and she's not bonded to Chantal. So Chantal collected money for Julia, and then after collecting the money, saying, "Oh, I'm leaving Julia here." So that's another pet abandoned. And word on the street is that more than likely, when Chantal gets back to Canada, she's going to get another pet because that just seems to be her pattern, getting another one. Ghostcraft says Reddit discussing an interesting theory right now. Salah is going to marry a cousin, and they are all on this family trip to talk that out. The future wife is with him. That's why there are so many. That's what I thought. Like the first thing that came to my mind when I heard 16 people was marriage. Somebody's getting married. Sounds like a wedding party to me. So it very well could be. Bad Seed says, Foodie Beauty, I've been married for over 30 years. One rule in any relationship is that you never get in the middle and make your partner choose between you and their family. The family will always win. Choose your battles carefully. Right. Like she's been trying to separate Salah away from his family for the sake of control. And it's like, you can't break that bond. You can't break a blood tie. Family will always be stronger. And if you try to interfere with family or you mess with the family's going to mess with you right back. They will get all in your business and get in the ear of the person that you're trying to control and say, hey, get away from this person. They're no good for you. And more than likely, your partner will listen. You got to be cool with the family. You know, the family's not going to be cool with you either. And let's see. Florida Salt and Sass says she's so used to isolating and verbally beating men into subservient slobs that the fact that she can't this time has her crashing out. She's without fast food and someone to order around to do things. This is hilarious. Yep, she can't control Salah and she's not used to not controlling a man, so she's having a meltdown for it. Jen with a G says, my theory is that her tantrum and threats to Salah stopped working, and that's why she's weaponizing the cat. Yes, he absolutely sucks. Anyone who would get wrapped up with her is gross. But of the two, he seems like he actually cares about the cat. This is just my theory for now. And here is the community post that Chantal did about not taking Julia with her, courtesy of Kristen. Kristen says, to the surprise of absolutely no one. So here's the post. Foodie Beauty says, hello. So after talking more with Salah, I've decided that it is in Julia's best interest for her not to go through the health risk and significant stress to travel 30 hours to Canada with me. I am very upset, but her being a part Persian or snub-nosed is more risky for her. Even for normal-nosed cats, 30 hours is a very stressful journey for them, and Julia is partially super stressed when traveling, to the point where I am just too paranoid and worried for her to risk it. Salah is a great cat dad, and she loves him very much. He always takes excellent care of her, and she'll be okay with him here on his huge property chasing olives outside. How is she going to chase olives? The olives are on a tree. Anyway, I will miss her, but at least I know she is safe with him and I can video chat with her and know she is not being abandoned. She is still with one of her owners whom she loves very much. So this is Foodie acting very magnanimous, like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what's in the best interest of Julia. She had no interest in taking Julia with her. She just wanted to use Julia one more time to make money. Yeah, just using Julia one more time to make money before she lets her go. So on par with Miss Foodie, because that's what Foodie does. We get out of here. Indy says, yeah, keep insulting Salah's family and culture while still in Syria. Great idea, Foodie. She's so disgusting. I have to give Pooh Boy this. If I were him, I would never be as patient with her. I would have not driven her home, but straight to the airport. I'm sure he wanted to, but he's just biding his time. Maybe it's because her YouTube payday is today. Maybe he's getting one last payment from Chantal before he gives her the boot. We'll see. We'll see. I'd be very interested to know what's going to happen when he gets back. Aw, something fun from Kitty Cat Empire. So obvious that Kitty loves Daddy. You know what? I'm convinced that all cats in their previous lives somewhere they were a baker because they all like to make the air biscuits. Look at her. That's a beautiful kitty. Look at it. Making the air biscuits. Gotta make the air biscuits. Can you imagine this life from the vegan? Every day, this gentle deer waits patiently at her doorstep for a treat. So can you imagine opening your door and there's a deer just standing right there waiting for a treat? That's so cool. Like that'd be the most awesome thing in the world. And deer's like, excuse me, do you have a treat for me? Thank you. And how about this from Nature is Phenomenal? Such a beautiful horse and scenery. Look at this beautiful boy. Goose Chuck, where are you? Look at this boy, Goose Chuck. Look at him. Gorgeous, gorgeous stallion. Look at him. Beautiful mane, shiny coat, strong. I'm sure whatever herd you put him with, he'd be the king. All the mares would fall in love with him. There's a horse for you, Goose Chuck. There he is. Look at that boy. He knows it too. He knows he's king of the hill. Oof. Fat Cow says, from my personal experience, you can never get between a Middle Eastern man and his family. Even if the family is dysfunctional and they hate each other, you will still come second. In some cultures, family is very, very important. The family unit is highly important, and you just can't mess with that. And Foodie has tried to mess with that, and every time she's going to lose. Every single time. Let's watch the clip from Tat Von B saying, OMFG, look at this site, get a grip.
I just had breakfast. I woke up at 2:30. And that's a problem because I'm supposed to plug the fridge in at 9. So now I'm not going to have cold water all night.
Oh, poor baby. You still got water, so be quiet.
It's only going to be for a few hours. I didn't get any food, no.
You know, Foodie's trying to put out this vibe of, I'm starving and there's no food here. She can go get food if she wants to. There's people in the house. We heard people in the house. I'm sure there's staples. Like I said, if there were absolutely no food, she would be having a raging meltdown because she would be actually starving and she's not used to that. If she's calm, she's got food to eat. She just making a mountain out of a molehill.
I need a filter for this. There we go. Hey. The food now I have enough eggs. I think I have like maybe 8 eggs. I thought I had less. I just ate 3. So I think I have 8 left. I have some rice. I have some, hey everybody. Hi everybody. I have some bread, stale bread, but
you could make some egg fried rice. I mean, that's the first thing that popped into my head. I don't know what else she's got there, but egg fried rice. You know, learn to cook, Foodie.
Heat it up. Julia, I gotta fold the laundry. Wait. Anti mushkila.
Okay, moving on. Look at this. Nature is amazing. He is the happiest man on this planet. So what do we got? We got a dog and we got a donkey. Obviously, they're friends, and donkeys can be just as playful and affectionate as dogs. Look at this donkey. He's like, pet me, pet me. I know you love the dog. Pet me. Look, donkey's like, give me some love. I want my chin scratched. I want my ears scratched. He's just, the poor guy, he's just surrounded by animals. He's like, I'm trying to love on both of them. But look at that donkey. Donkey's just like, this is what I wanted. I live for this. And imagine this from Yog, the real lion safari. So, what a flex. Driving up and you've got lions all over your truck. And nobody going to mess with that truck, I'll tell you what. Okay. I think that's it. I think we're all caught up with the Twitter peeps and we can go on to her live stream. And y'all, there's no cheese, but there's plenty of wine. Somebody needs to call the ambulance for Foodie. Because there's plenty of wine here. Maybe that's what's wrong with her. She's got the wine but no cheese. Well, we'll see what's going on. Okay, what's wrong with you now today, Foodie?
Morning. 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 Hey, Boule, Snubby, Orange, Miss Hanky, Cindy sparkles every day. I wish I sparkled every day. Candace, oh no, are you going to be in trouble?
Take a shower, you just might.
Hey, Tracy, Monica. One more day. Your lunch break? What'd you have for lunch?
Knowing Foodie, if Salah is with family, he's going to be driving back 7-8 hours, right? He's going to be tired. As soon as he walks in the door, Foodie's going to be complaining and yelling and whining, and more than likely be on him to just get right back in the car and go get her some food. She's waiting for him to come home so he can get her snacks for her. She's not going to be thinking about, oh, he might be tired. Maybe I should leave him alone. Maybe I should let him take a nap before I start making demands. But no, she only thinks about herself.
Yes, it's going to buff her as per usual. Uh-oh, half points. Sabrina, PMAC, Barbara, Lorena, Rachel. What's the T? CM. One more day, one more egg. You're fixing to leave work? Okay. Oh, leaving for work. I hope you have a good day. Carla. Beauty omelet. I just had a beauty omelet. I'm all right, Candace, I guess, you know. Lily, Lady Lugosi. Cheese curds. Jinkies, 3 eggs. Yep. Welcome salam, Heidi. Oh, Tina. Yes, I've been meaning to message you. I'm so friggin'. I will. Spaghetti mukbang. Julia, chili cheese. I would, but I don't have any of the ingredients. Monica, that's not a relative. I don't want them to. I'm too embarrassed. Plus, I can't open the friggin' gate. What's he gonna do? Hoist it? With like a hobo stick? A skeletal Chantal. No, somehow he probably knew that.
Listen to her talk. She's way too cheerful for someone who's complaining and whining about lack of food and I'm about to run out of food. She's way too happy. That just tells you right there by itself. She's got enough food. She's fine. She's eating. She just wanted to make a clickbait title and make it seem like she was starving. I got 1 day left and I got 3 eggs left. What am I going to do? She's fine, people. She's all right.
I'd find ways. Season 4. Well, I have the gross snacks left. I ate all the good ones, so I just left the ones that I don't like. I have 2 Fanner pies.
So not only does she have basic food and staples, she's got snacks too. So she's not starving.
Like, his cousin is busy working and stuff. He's going to go to a kebab shop and... They're from Nora's Rooster. I don't know. I can't figure out the gate. It's like weird. Thanks, Candace. I do not consent to this weight loss. Rooster. I can't show you. I'm not allowed to film the gate. Hey, Sandra. Anyway. I just had four. I just had three. No. What would you? No, he won't extend it. I mean, not on purpose. I just had like 3 cups of tea, some olives, some bread, couple eggs. Now, later I'm gonna make rice and just like some tomato sauce or something. And you know what? I have a lot more food than a lot of people who are starving right now, and I can't complain.
But you are complaining. You are complaining, and that's the problem. You're complaining. You're not in a situation where you're in the house and there's absolutely nothing to eat, not even rice. You're complaining. And meanwhile, there might be people outside your door that they are literally starving. And they would love those eggs that you have. That might be a luxury item to them. But you have the audacity to come online and complain about, oh, I don't have any food when you've got plenty.
Egg white omelet. Olives with bread are so good. It has caffeine. Yep. That's why I'm hyper and you're going to get it. You better be ready or you're going to regret it. A new song. I am so hyper and you're going to get it. You better be ready or you're going to regret it.
Jem says, do you think once you leave, you'll ever go back, or are you done? Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she goes back to Canada and she wants to go back. I don't think she'll be able to. I think once Chantal leaves Syria, that will be her last time traveling. And why do I think this? Couple reasons. Finances being one, like she's running out of money. Number two, because of her health. Chantal is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And her health problems are stacking up. She's got issues with her feet. She's got issues with her heart. She's got issues with her breathing, with moving. Like, I don't think health-wise she'll be able to travel. That is getting more and more dangerous. Knowing her, she's going to go home to Canada, eat her face off, gain even more weight, and more than likely become bedbound. I'm not wishing that upon her, but if she goes home to Canada where she's surrounded by all of her vices, including food, the weight gain is going to be more rapid, and she's already at the tipping point as we speak. So if it gets any worse, more than likely the bedbound thing is going to happen. And then after that, no more traveling.
No, I'm done. Every day it gets easier, actually. Why? Because, like, I'm just really turned off. Like, I don't have hard feelings, but I'm turned off. And when I'm turned off, that's it for you. I'm turned off by the whole family, like, shaming him for not having children and a traditional wife. So you know what?
How does the family shame him for not having a traditional wife and children? You know, every time the tarot readers sit down to read on Salah, they pick up, there is another woman in the background and there are already children. If there are not children already there, they're on the way. Somebody's pregnant. Somebody's freaking pregnant. And now the Salah is in Syria and he's got a car and he's got a home and he's got money. The people in Syria are going to look at him as a rich man. And there might be people that are saying to their daughters, hey, go marry this guy. And that's not, I'm not speaking badly about the people nor the culture. It might be a matter of survival. Like they see Salah as someone that could take care of their daughters and might have the daughters come and meet him for that reason. So he might have a lot of prospects as far as who he wants for a wife. A lot of women wanting to get married there because of that. And because he looks like he's a stable guy, you know, on paper. So I don't think the family is shaming him for not being married and not having a wife. It's just, you know, family thing. You want to grow the family. You want kids and grandkids. You want heirs to carry on the family name so the family name can continue. You're talking badly about his family, Chantal, and you're doing it on a live. Is that the smart thing to do? Because he's going to see this. He's going to hear about it. Is it wise to talk about Salah and his family while you're still in Syria? Living in their house? No, not wise at all.
Get what you want. Have fun. have a nice life. Me, I'm going to go bees. But I still care about him, obviously, and I'm going to make sure that, Julia's taken care of. And
No, you're not. When you were in Canada, you didn't take care of BBJ or Sam. You didn't take care of Smokey. You don't take care of animals. You use animals as props for your channel. You use them to grip, but you do not take care of them. And that is why Girl World has a problem with you. If you took care of your animals, there'd be no outrage over the neglect that you have caused animals already. There'd be no outrage going on as soon as we find out that you have an animal in your care. It's because you don't care that everyone's got the issue. It's not you having an animal. It's knowing your track record with not taking care of animals. And a lot of people care about animals.
I understand it's their culture, so I'm not angry, but I'm just like, this is not for me, because that's not who I am. I can't change who I am fundamentally, and I've been really trying hard.
1 second, y'all. Keep going.
And I'm just tired of it. I want to be myself, and I don't want to feel guilty for it. You know what I mean? So I have expectations of him coming home to feed me. That's why. I'm like a cat after someone's been on holiday for a few days. I'm tired of eggs. I don't even like eggs. Teardrop, you're eating fried eggs. Hello. You only have your cell.
Sorry, I had to. She said, I'm tired. I want him to come home and feed me. That's all I hear is the baby crying. I had to.
Hey, Nicole. I'm going to get cats, 2 cats, but not until I'm fully settled and I know that I'm staying put. Like, I'm not going to be...
You know what? If Chantal got another cat in Canada or 2 cats, she wouldn't do it because she loves cats and she wants to take care of cats and she wants to have a pet. She would do it strictly because she's poking at Girl World. And all she's thinking about is the views and the money that she could make making people angry. That's how she makes money anymore. Not making great, entertaining content, but by pissing people off. She's always searching for new ways to make people angry and get them poked and get them watching her. When she's a YouTuber and she could easily do great content and get just as many views, maybe more. Instead of using anger and pain to make money, do something else.
If I travel, it would be by maybe on a vacation by my maybe who knows, with Pete's or something someday. I like to go to Scotland or something. But
there she is, dreaming out loud, giving hope to her beezers. Oh, maybe someday I'm gonna be traveling with Pete's. This is her dreaming out loud. This is what she does. She dreams out loud. She's feeding scraps of hope to her beezers that one day maybe their queen will go somewhere and do something and have some fun, because they've been waiting to see that. Well, guess what, beezers? It's not going to happen. She's far too sick to go anywhere. Just walking from one side of the room to the other wears her out. So how in the world is she going to travel? What do you think you guys are going to see with her? She's not that kind of person that she's going to go somewhere and do some sightseeing like normal tourists do. She's not going to take you to exciting places and eat exciting food for you. No, it's the same old thing with her. Her body is far too sick to move.
I'm not going to be making a life out of travel. I want to set up a nice comfy home, bees pad, and then I want to make sure I'm stable. So it wouldn't probably...
Yeah, good luck with that. I want to make sure I'm stable, says the most unstable person on YouTube. Her finances, unstable. Her health, unstable. Her behavior, unstable. She could bring some stability in her life by going to therapy, maybe going to inpatient, talking to someone, getting her health together. All of those things would bring stability, but stability is not who Chantal is, and it's not what she does. She operates within the whirlwind of chaos and destruction. So how in the world do you make chaos and destruction stable? Answer, you don't, because it never is.
Be for, months to a year maybe, but I cannot live, A Sphinx cat, they're a lot of work. Yeah, the vet is going to be super expensive. That's why I got to be really settled and make sure I'm, yes, financially well. I'm not going to get a cat for a long time.
I'm just going to say this. Chantal is an active, raging addict. I'm going to keep putting that point out there because it's important to remember. She's an addict. She's addicted to food, okay? That's her party favor of choice is food. And her party favor of choice is everywhere. It's in grocery stores, it's convenience stores, gas stations, restaurants. She drives down the street, her party favor of choice is every place, and she can't resist and she won't resist. You give her money, she's going for all the party favors of that sort. And when people are deep into addiction, they always make sure they have enough money to feed that addiction. They will go cheap everywhere else in their life just to have money to feed the addiction monster inside of them. And Chantal's been a serious extreme addict for years, and it's only getting worse. So she indulges, and then she tells people, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm lonely and I'm missing Salah and Julia, and excusing it away rather than confronting it and saying, I need to stop. I've gone too far. So when she goes to Canada, she's going to be feeding her addictions, all of them. All of them. And if not all of them, at least one of them. I'm already clocking it. She goes to Canada, she's going to gain even more weight. Her health is going to get worse. She's going to end up in the hospital, maybe in the ER for real, not a fake visit this time. Maybe become bedbound. It won't take long. And that's not me wishing that upon her. It's just what's going to happen. Because she doesn't care to take care of herself. Chantal makes money using pain, putting other people in pain by poking at them and by hurting her own body. Her content is self-harm content, period. Full stop. She makes money by hurting herself. And she expects other people to pay to watch her hurt herself.
Fine. I think so, Golden Masquerade. Sure, Pete's will make appearances. Who knows if we'll be living together? I don't know yet. No delivery time spoken. Add olives to everything.
You know, Chantal, I have heard, I can't confirm, that Pete's is on welfare. And if Pete moves in with you, he's the biggest fool in the world. I know his situation is severe. He's not doing so well, but it's going to get even worse if he moves in with you. There's going to be the mental and emotional stress with you. And knowing you, being the greedy fool that you are, you would move him in just to get his benefits, just to get access to that money. You would take it all away. I think that'd be the only reason you'd want Pete around. That and the fact that you need a caretaker. Someone to be there in case there's a medical emergency.
You got 3 eggs left. Hey, Island Dragonfly. I don't think there's a problem with asking for help. And if people don't want to help, they don't have to. Like, I would never expect people with no money to help, you know? But I don't understand people getting mad at, like, hey, Luca, I was watching Dean Withers. He's like a political. I'm not saying I agree with his political stance, but I watch people on both sides. I've been watching political debates.
Chantal seeks out anyone on the internet, any story, any person, any event to make herself sound smart. She seeks out anything to give validation to what she's saying, although what she's saying doesn't make any sense at all.
Every few minutes he would pause and be like, if you want to support me, here's my Cash App and my Venmo. And it's like,
so just because somebody else is doing something, that means you should do it too. So if somebody want to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, then you would say, yeah, it's a good reason for me to jump off too. Just because somebody does something doesn't mean you have to do it.
he's probably filthy rich. He has 20K people watching him all the time.
So what is your point? If somebody who's filthy rich is asking for money, then I should be able to do it too because I'm not filthy rich. Is that the reasoning? Not good.
And, you know, people flood his... Oh, really? He's on TikTok, Dean Withers. You would hate him, YouTube lover. He's a far leftist. He's greedy. If people don't want to give it, they don't have to. You know?
Yeah, you're basically targeting the people that might have money in their pocket. Chantal, look at the calendar right now. Just look at it. What's today? Today is the 22nd. Okay, it's close to the time to pay the rent. In about 8 days, rent will be due. People got to save money for rent, you fool. You shouldn't be asking for money the last week of the month. Stop it.
Pete would love Dean. Do you know who Dean is? He would love him, yeah. The problem is, I'm not bipartisan because I kind of agree, like there's some policies on both sides I agree with. You know? This is abusive. What's abusive? No, don't rely on help. You're right, Velma, yeah.
She does, though. She does rely on help. Chantal relies on the generosity of other people. She relies on the fact that she's got a YouTube channel and people like her. She takes that likeness for granted. Oh, you like me, therefore you owe me something. Just because you are a subscriber and I do live streams and you maybe like my personality or the way I laugh or the way I talk, you think I'm goofy and silly and wacky and weird and I'm eating a bunch of food, you owe me more money. Although Beezers, you're paying for 100% of her life right now as is. Do you understand that? You've been paying for 100% of her life for the last 8 years. Everything she's ever bought, everything she's ever eaten, every place she's ever gone, every man she's ever had for the last 8 years and paid for them, you guys funded it all. So do you really owe her anything? No. But what does she owe you a lot? Yes. And what she owes you is great entertaining content. And she could give it to you. It really wouldn't cost much. It doesn't cost anything to turn on your camera for freaking free and think of something interesting to say or find something interesting to do. That's the least she could do for the Beezers that have funded her life for 8 years, but she won't even do that. So who exactly owes who here? Ask yourselves that.
Before I get any cats, of course, I will have to be able to afford them myself. Right, time spoken.
You know what? It's not even about affording a cat. It's asking yourself the question, am I in a position where I can properly take care of that cat? Because a pet is a lifetime commitment. If you get them as, say, a kitten or a puppy, you are committing yourself to caring for that animal until its very last day. You don't just take on an animal when it's young and it's cute and it's adorable and it's doing cute things. No, you are there and you are saying to that animal, I am your guardian now. Anything you need, water, food, cat litter, walks out in the park, medical care, I will take care of it all. In exchange for your companionship and your love and your loyalty and devotion, I will take care of these needs for you. And so you have that animal for as long as it's alive, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 25 years, it is now your furry child that never grows up, and it is your responsibility. But you take on an animal and you don't think about, my health isn't so good. How long am I really going to be around for? Do I have the strength and the energy to take care of this animal? And if something happens to me, where is this animal going to go? You don't think about these things. You don't take on an animal and have a plan that if something happens to you, somebody else will take the animal and take care of it. You don't think about any of this stuff.
And, if you're putting out content, you're putting yourself out there for people,
And
as we age, slowly become more conservative. That means you're a bipartisan. Oh. Oh, is that what it means? Who doesn't help me with what? Oh, I gotta get up and do things.
Yeah, good luck with that. Those feet are hurting these days. Kind of hard for you to get up and do anything.
No, I'm not bi, no. I'm asexual. I'm celibate after I, get divorced. When is Salah coming home? Inshallah, tomorrow at some point, but probably late because it's a long drive away. I hope he does. He like, I'm gonna be so stressed out because he's like, oh, we almost fell into a valley on the way. I was like, oh, that's really nice. And then I freaked out. I'm like, why would you go? It's dangerous. Thank you, Saints number 1, for the rainbow. Appreciate it. I saw a bit of the memorial. I saw the wife, like, she went to hug him, and he just looked like, this guy doesn't have any emotion on his face, Trump. He just kind of like,
Why is she talking about political stuff on her channel? She's not a political channel. And I'm sure she really doesn't care. She's just talking about things she doesn't even care about.
well, maybe he has to act like that because he's the president, but just like patted her on the back. I didn't watch it. No, I don't like watching sad, like really sad things. Will you pleased to see him or still angry? I'm not angry.
Not yet. You're waiting. You're waiting for him to come home so you can get all in his tail and say, I don't have any food here. I don't have any snacks. You need to get in that car and go get me some snacks. I'm telling you, Chantal, you better be careful. I'm not saying Salah is a violent man. I'm not saying he'll do anything physical to Chantal. But Chantal, you don't know about quiet anger. You don't know all about it. There's noisy anger. You have noisy anger. But then there's the opposite. There's the quiet anger. And that is quite scary because it is unexpected. It comes at you all of a sudden and you just aren't ready. You're not conditioned to it. You're going to be pushing his red button and it's going to be bad.
No, I'm not angry.
Not yet.
Salah I did already. I'm like, can you bring me food when on your way home? He's like, sure. I would have set off the equilibrium.
So he's over there. He'd be driving hours home and all you care about is, can you bring me food on your way home? To somebody who's already exhausted. I would tell you to go kick rocks and eat some more eggs.
No Uber anything here. He was like a son to him. I didn't travel with them, Zoe. They hadn't left for the trip yet. We were just at his family's house.
I got a theory about that trip, by the way. I'm just going to throw this in the ring. So Salah said he wanted to go spend time with his family. Chantal's very insecure and immature and jealous. So maybe she thought, oh, he's lying to me. He's not going to see his family. He might be going to see another woman. So that's why she agreed to go on this trip. So she agreed, she got in the car, and they drove 6 hours. And then when they arrived at the destination, then she found out, oh, it really is family. He wasn't kidding. He wasn't lying to me. And after she felt assured that there were no single females there, that's when she pulled a hissy fit and wanted to take him back home. Because she didn't want to spend time around the family. She was just going with him to make sure he wasn't talking to other women.
Hey, Black's Chaos. You're leaving in 20 minutes? I just, I wasn't mentally well. So at like 3:30 a.m., I had him drive me home, which was only about 15 minutes away, Zoe. Hey, Luke. No, yeah, no, I'm leaving Julia here. Unfortunately for me, but I think it's the best thing for her.
Notice the lack of emotion. So she's talking about leaving Julia. She's not sad. She's not crying. Anybody out there that has a pet, just the very thought of being away from your pet, leaving them behind, wouldn't that just make you completely heartbroken? Why isn't she heartbroken? She claims to love Julia so much. Why isn't she heartbroken? She never cared about her.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay. I mean,
and I've also heard through the grapevine that apparently Julia pooped on Chantal's bed. And a lot of people laughed about it, and I could see why they'd laugh about it. I actually felt sad when I heard about that because I have Queen Booger. And one thing I know about cat behavior, when a cat is pooping in places it normally doesn't poop, it's for one of three reasons. Either the cat is sick or stressed out or the litter box is dirty. So if Julia is indeed pooping on the bed and in the sheets, something is wrong. It made me sad because to think about Julia being ill or the litter box has not been cleaned properly or she's just so stressed out that that's her way of showing that she's stressed out. So what are you doing to that poor animal, Chantal?
yeah, I don't want to risk anything, right? You know?
Of course she's going to spin it like, I'm doing this for Julia. I'm not taking her because I'm a good person. I'm thinking about her. If you cared about animals, you wouldn't consider the thought of going home to Canada and getting another animal. You would say, that's it. No more animals. I'm just going to bees. That way I don't have to worry about animals ever again. You would just say, like, she's the last one. I'm leaving her with Salah and there will be no more. But already you're talking about getting another animal. I hope you get blocked every which way from getting an animal because you truly don't need one. Because if you get your hands on one, something might happen to you. And then what's going to happen to that pet? It's going to be another one whose life you screwed up.
So, no, it doesn't really matter exactly for separating, you know? Wow, Luke, crazy. She has Arabic accent. Flat nose in 30 hours. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I do worry about his feelings, obviously. I end every sentence with, you know. I know. You burnt your eggs, teardrop. Uh-oh. I don't stay in contact with BB, like, never.
Well, that's good because BB was done with you a long time ago. You lost a really good man, Chantal. A really good man by disrespecting him, cheating on him, not doing what you were supposed to do. You lost a really good man. He was so good that when the two of you separated, the Kiwi farmers had nothing bad to say about BB. They wished him well. Honestly, Chantal, if you were half the decent person that you claim to be, you're all about doing the right thing. All of your previous men, you'd leave them alone. You wouldn't reach out to them. You wouldn't put them in your back pocket. You would leave Pete alone to let him figure his deal out. You would leave BB alone. You would leave Nader alone. You would leave Salah alone. But you just can't help yourself because you don't like being alone. So even if the men that you have around you are no good for you, you're going to hang on to them just so you won't be alone and you'll have companionship.
Soon, Zoe. Hey, Ethan. Yeah. Oh, not the long buffer. How am I supposed to do live streams like this?
Well, you decided that when you went to Syria. Everybody warned you it's not going to be as good as you think it is. Once again, you didn't listen. So this is what you have to deal with. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Hey, Missy.
Besides, if you hate the internet that bad, get on a plane tomorrow. Problem solved.
Salah seems to think I'm going to be single forever.
You will be. I know that's mean to say, but you will be. Simply because you don't want to improve yourself. You want to be as awful as you want to be, throw money at a guy, and that money excuses all of your awful attributes. It doesn't. And you don't have the money like you used to lure a man into your golden web of lies. So, yeah, you might be single for the rest of your life.
By our conversations, but she'll be happy with the big house. Yeah. Hey, Ristana. Let me know early if I buffer because I can reset it. Because I'm like, well, am I good? Oh, okay. Is it there? This is really bad. Thanks, Candace. I'm hot. I don't know about that. Yeah. I don't remember what I said. Oh my goodness.
Little interesting fact about obesity. And I mentioned this in my tarot live the other day. But for those who didn't watch the tarot live, I said this because I didn't know this to be true until I found out that obesity can affect the brain. I guess maybe the cognitive function of the brain. So an extreme obesity, I'm sure even more so. I mean, when you look at Chantal, the way she was 8 years ago, how she talked and whatnot, compared to now, I would say maybe her extreme morbid obesity has affected her brain function. Maybe that's the reason why she says, all the time.
I'm not even thinking of dudes at all. I don't care about them. I don't want to like worry about, Ugh.
Interesting. Hydra, how do you say this? Hydra says thoughts on swordfish maybe being released today. I don't know if Nads is going to be released, but I did a tarot reading on her recently. And I saw that she's got thoughts of going to see Natter, talking to Natter. So I don't know if he's going to be released, but if he gets released, guess where she's going? Guess who she's going to be around? You guessed it. Because that's the one she really, really wants. Salah was just a stand-in. She settled for Salah, but she still wants Nads.
You're a good beezer.
It's really weird because Chantal gravitates to passive men, but passive men bore her after a while. They're not exciting enough. She's very fiery, is Chantal. So she seeks out the same. She seeks out somebody equally fiery. For companionship, for being a caretaker, for being an errand runner, she likes the passive men. But her real want is a fiery man that will fight with her. She loves to fight with people. And who will fight with her better than Natter?
Hey Trixie. I have no idea. No, I know Pete's is destitute, so it would be to help him out. I mean, if I'm going to get a 2-bedroom anyway.
Don't you sit there and lie. I would do it to help him out. No, you'd be doing it to help yourself out because you are at a size where you literally need a caretaker. You need someone to be around in case something happens. Tell the truth here.
Because honestly, A 1 bedroom is not much less than a 2 bedroom. You may as well get an extra bedroom. It's a bigger place. I don't want to be like depressed in my own place. I need somewhere that's good for my mental health, you know? Hey, Mike.
Chantal, when you were in Canada at the Canadian Villa, I saw the villa before you guys started filling up the place with trash. It was nice. It was pretty doggone decent. You had a washer, you had a dryer upstairs next to your room, you had a dishwasher, you had all the extras. And what happened? It turned basically into a dump because of you.
Yeah, we will, Belle. Yeah, I can put them to work at home.
Like, if you want better mental health, like having a nice environment is nice. It does help you feel better. But if you're in a messy house with nothing to do and you've got all these mental, emotional issues, being in a house is not going to fix all that inner mental, emotional clutter. That's when you got to go to therapy for that. But you don't want to do that.
No. He might be able to make a bit more money on YouTube with a kitchen.
I doubt that. Not to be mean to Pete, but how can I say this nicely? Pete's is Pete's, okay? He's a very introverted, quiet person, is Pete's. He does like to cook, and I give him that. You know, like, enjoy your cooking, Pete's. But I just can't see his cooking videos taking off. His subscribers will enjoy it, I'm sure, because they like Pete's. But it's not like he's going to be a huge success on YouTube with his cooking. He doesn't have a real passion for it. He just does it.
He's not too upset. He's not like super happy, but he can't say anything. He realizes this. He can't say anything if we're not going to be together. No, I'm not leaving today. No. No, not necessarily, Zoe. Big windows? Because he can do cooking videos, Nubby.
And can I just give my thoughts on her title about that maybe I got a place part? How in the world did she find a place so fast? Because when you're apartment hunting or villa hunting, it takes a while. Between all the searching online or maybe in person, talking to potential landlords, they want to do a security check, they want to do a background check. That takes time. They want to look at your financials, they want bank statements, they want to see if you got bankruptcies on your record. So all this talk about leaving only happened recently. So how has she been able to fast forward the process so fast? It looks weird to me.
Cooking streams. Does Pete still have his alter ego? I have no idea, Monica. I don't know what's up with that. If he's still transitioning. Does Pete still have a jacuzzi? Have a good day, Cindy. Have a good day, Cindy Sparkles. Cindy Sparkles. Kia? The Kia? What?
He is long gone. She wouldn't be able to fit into it anyway. She's just grown too big. That's all there is to say.
What? What? Who looks like? Yeah, it was Caribou. No, we're gonna have like chores lists.
When Chantal and Pete lived at the villa, he had some simple chores that he was supposed to do. The agreement was that Chantal would pay the rent, pay the bills. In exchange, Pete would take out the garbage. That was his job, take out the garbage. You know what Pete did? He took bags and bags of garbage and put them on the balcony, and they sat there literally for months, even out there in the winter, just frozen solid. So just simple chores he couldn't even handle. Never once did I see him washing dishes or cleaning the house on any of the live streams. Nope. And Chantal was far too cheap and far too lazy to hire a couple of maids to come in, twice a week and clean things up. She had enough money that if she wanted to do lazy, she could have done lazy the right way. With the money she was making, she could have had one person to take the cats to the vet and the groomers, get them taken care of, have a couple of maids come in and clean so she had a nice clean house, maybe do the laundry for her, have somebody else come in and make some real nice pre-cooked meals for her and put them in the freezer so she didn't have to cook. That's how you do lazy right when you've got money. All the things that take time to do, maybe a bit tiring, you got money, you pay other people to do it, and they're very happy to make a salary. But she didn't even take her money and do that. So Pizza's not going to do any doggone housework.
My old car. Oh, the washed up stripper.
Let me tell you something, Chantal. You ain't got nothing to say about women who are strippers. You hear me? You got nothing to say about women in the clubs making their money. You shut your mouth. What are you doing? You're online grifting for money. The ladies in the clubs, they are working hard. Let me tell you, 8 hours on your feet in high heels. It's physical work. It's cardio. It's aerobics. Getting on a stage and dancing. You're getting a workout. A workout. A dancer on any given night is working harder for her money and being more active than you are. And probably in better health too. Even the ladies who do the pole tricks. Let me tell y'all, pole tricks take a lot of upper body strength to do all that stuff. You got upper arm strength, back strength, all that. You ain't got nothing to say about strippers. They are working hard for their money. You don't work at all. You just stick your gluttonous hand out and say, give me. So be quiet. And hypocrite, once while you were in the Canadian villa, weren't you talking about getting a stripper pole? Yeah, I think you were. You were going to get one, although that would have been an adventure, wouldn't it? Would have come right off the ceiling because I don't see a stripper pole that can support 500 pounds. But keep talking trash about strippers. I'll read you for filth on that.
That's who you're talking about? I've been so excited for Villa 2.0. I know! Villa 2.0! Hey, Katie! I did reset it. I don't know what else to do, man. I don't know what else to do. Who's moving? Me. But like in October.
Might be sooner than that. It all depends. If Salah's going to come home and he's going to be mad, he's going to get mad, and she's going to make him more mad.
Housekeeping once a week. I need a routine. I need to clean myself. It's healthy.
Yeah, but you don't, though. That was the messed up thing about the villa. You didn't clean and you didn't let anybody else come in and clean because you were embarrassed about the mess, and yet you wouldn't clean it up. So it just stayed messy and just disgusting and filthy with the flies and mummified food and garbage and moldy pots and rotting food in the fridge. You just didn't straighten up the mess at all. You actually had your mother come over and clean your room. How embarrassing.
Hey, Nina. Oh, no. It's good on your side? Okay, thanks, Teardrop, for letting me know. How am I feeling of all this change? I'm feeling okay for now, but we'll see. I don't know, Mushroom. It's hard to tell.
She's going to get back to Canada. And I don't care what she says right now. Like, I am, what did she say? Asexual? She's going to be celibate. Chantal needs attention as much as she needs food. And she needs male attention. And even if Pete moves in, she's not interested in him. That's not going to make her want of male attention happy. Like she's no longer interested in Pete. She's already conquered that mountain. She's not interested. She's bored with him. If Natter gets out of jail, she's going to be seeing him, and we're going to know because she's not going to be able to keep it to herself. She's going to be singing the songs that she sings when she wants to let people know that she's seeing him. We're going to know.
It is having to buy everything from scratch. I'm tired of I'm right beside the modem. That's a good idea, Vilma. The OG villa. I need to get a jar of lentils stat. Yeah, I'm glad I'm going back to, I can't live here forever,
Oh, I'm liking this comment. Keeper of the Homestead says, I wasn't there for the OG villa, so I'm excited to see how it all goes for you. And why do I like this comment? Because every single Beezer in her chat right now, they have no idea. They have no idea what's coming. They have no idea what they're going to see. But those of us OGs that have been around, we already know. We've already been exposed to it. Beezers, you are in for one wild ride. You're going to be so shocked. You're going to see the real Foodie, the one that we already know about, the one that's sloppy and nasty and dirty and rude and high and stone. Oh, you're in for a rude awakening. You are so in for a rude awakening. You're going to be asking yourselves, do we really know this person at all? No, you really don't. You don't know Chantal. You may think you do, but you don't. The change is going to be shocking. The way she's going to be behaving is going to be shocking. It's going to leave you guys reeling.
I'm just not a housewife. No way, cesspool. I'm taking care of my place.
No,
it's going to be my pride and joy.
No, you're not. If anything, you might put Pete's to work to clean all the time. And you know what? If he's living off of you, he should be doing something. But I'm sure that's going to get old real quick with him because you're a slob. The constant cleaning, he's never going to be able to stop cleaning. If he cleans.
Yeah. Hey, AHA budget. Oh, AHA. I miss AHA water. YouTube lover. Yeah, Trixie. Thanks, Candace. A mood board. I'm going to keep it maintained. Listen, my job is YouTube. I don't have a strict routine. I have to make one. And we're both going to keep, if Pete lives with me or not, if I'm, whether I'm alone or not, I'm going to be keeping it clean.
Sure you will.
Doing that. I've been getting up. Oh, yeah, teardrop. That must have.
The only reason why you're cleaning over there in Syria is because there's family around and you kind of have to. If Salah is there and a family is there, that's going to prompt you to clean. But left alone in a room when nobody after you to clean, you won't. You absolutely will not.
Have been awful. Sorry you went through that, love.
And that's part of the reason why she's so grumpy these days, because she wants to be a slob. She wants to be left alone. If things are messy, nobody's there around to comment on it. And she's around people that will comment on it because they expect her to do some adulting, and she doesn't want to be an adult. She wants to do the Peter Pan life of, I don't have to grow up and I'm not going to grow up and no one's going to force me. And, she wants to be forever the child, and she wants someone to take care of her like a child. Chantal does not want to be an adult.
Yeah. Yeah, when you start over, especially when you lose everything in a tragic way like that. Nina, you're so funny with the big buffer. Big, big buffer. Buffer. Honestly, I know, and I don't mean this offense to anyone with kids, because I really admire. We need good mothers to take care of us, to take care of children. That's a must in life. But for me, personally, it would probably be one of the biggest hell on earth to have children. So that I'm okay. But the like being in a relationship with someone who does maybe eventually or had that pressure, I'm gonna feel so free from being away from that insecurity. Like I can just be myself, man.
Okay, so here's a super chat. Nashies are us says, you said you would use the threat of going back to Canada in your last live stream to Salah. Are you doing the same now because he's spending too much time with his family and not you? Just asking. Yeah, because she's manipulative. Like
What?
she's tried everything to get Salah to come home. She's doing these live streams claiming she doesn't have any food and she needs food. Now she's saying she wants to go back to Canada. She's throwing little temper tantrums and hissy fits, thinking that that will make him come home, and it won't. He's spending time with the family, and that's it.
Wow, good for you, Black's Chaos. Nashies are us. You said you would use the threat of going back to Canada in your last life law. Are you doing the same now because he's spending too much time with his family and not you? Just asking. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. No, this time it's the threat is real. And it made me realize.
So you are admitting that it's a threat. You just said the threat is real. So it is a threat. Thanks for telling on yourself.
Did you hear? Okay, am I back? Okay, I was saying thank you, Nashies R Us, for the super chat. Every threat I realized made about going back to Canada was made out of deep-seated truth, feelings, and that will be less.
Let me tell you something, Chantal. If you are in a real relationship with a man or a woman, the last thing you should be doing to your partner is making threats. You behaving this way tells me you've never been in a real love relationship or ever been married. Because if you have a partner, you respect your partner. That partner is your best friend, and you don't threaten your best friend, do you? Well, maybe in your case you do, because that's just the way you behave. You don't make threats. You don't manipulate them. You don't do anything like that.
Less pressure on him too, because for me to be able to stay here, it's a lot of pressure on him to keep me comfortable, blah, blah, blah.
You didn't care about that when he said to you, look, I'm in Syria right now. Wait a month before coming over here so I can set things up and make things comfortable. You didn't want to wait. So you're over here talking about, I don't want to put pressure on him, but yet when he asked you to wait, just wait. You added pressure to him by going over there way too early just because you were insecure and jealous and you want to make sure he wasn't having too much fun with somebody else.
You know, and if I can't be happy, then I threaten to go back. And I have to go back, you know. I can't do it anymore.
You're trying to use you going to Canada as some sort of a power play. That's disgusting. You want to go back, then go back. But you shouldn't be using the fact that you're Canadian and you're living in Canada as some sort of a threat. Who does that? You.
Anymore. I used to make threats like that too in Kuwait. Same thing.
Yeah, so she's admitting again that she's manipulative and she makes threats. The people that are supposed to be her partner. And she expects to have a happy relationship with somebody acting this way. Who the hell wants to be involved with somebody that toxic and manipulative that every time you turn around, they're making threats to you? No one. That's why none of her relationships last. She's toxic. She creates an environment of toxic codependency and threats. Like she's got to have the power. She's got to have the one up. She's got to keep somebody under her thumb. Disgusting. That ain't love, Chantal.
Me too, I can't. And he did try his best, yes. And I just feel like I'm not good for him in a lot of ways.
You're not. You're not good for anybody. You're not even good for yourself.
Just like we're not good for each other, you know? I would be really sad if he made threats like that with me.
So you can do it to him and it's okay. But if the table turned the other way and he did it to you, it would not make you feel good. So you're okay with making somebody else feel not good. But if someone did it to you, you'd hate it.
So it was a nice visit here, yes. Hey, Sour Patch. Same thing, like I'm gonna go home, blah, 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 every time we would fight.
Childish.
I know.
Shut up. Shut up, Chantal. I'm talking. It's rude to interrupt. Childish behavior. Immature. Threats. I'm going to go home. Then go home. That's how you cut that off. When somebody starts acting like that and they start making threats, don't give in to the threats and don't give them the emotional reaction that they're looking for. I'm going to go home. Then go home. Bye. Take the power right out of their hands.
And I feel bad because that probably did wear on his mental health as well. So I think it's going to be really good that, you know, thanks, Teardrop. Me too. I just want him to be happy and, you know.
I find it maybe not a coincidence that she wants to go home right about the same time that Nads might be getting out of jail. Is that a coincidence or is it not?
So that's the most important. It's too hard to overcome, Trixie, right? Yeah, it does, Amanda. No, Elvira, I don't want any children in my life. Other than a brief visit, that's it. I can't. I don't mind visiting kids and stuff like that, but after that, I like to go home to no kids. It's just not for me. We still have a few hours to clean the curtains. I'm going to leave that for his next wife someday. I know, budget. Hey, Kimby, I've been lonely.
Well, that's another sign that you shouldn't be around someone. If you're in a relationship with someone and you feel lonely, that's a sign they're not the one for you. Time to go.
Whenever he first dropped me off, no, Sasa's an exception. I love Sasa. Honestly, no, I won't block you. Honestly, what was I going to say? Wait. I don't regret it. No.
You know, Pete's is a creep, in my opinion. I don't like Pete's. I don't like him because of the way that he treated BBJ. It really gets under my skin, the way he treated BBJ. Grabbing onto her face when she had rotted teeth and saying no mercy. Oh, I got some things to say to him about that. Like his treatment of BBJ was just awful. But I'm really disappointed with Pete's. 3 years. 3 years he's had away from Chantal. That was his window of opportunity to get his head clear, to get his life together, to get to a position where, you know, he could be independent away from her. And if she made the phone call, Pete, I need you. That could have been the moment he said, go get effed. I don't want to be near you. You're toxic for me. When I get around you, I'm just codependent on you. You're codependent on me. He could have given her the middle finger for once and said, not anymore. We're done. We're done that way. I'll be your friend, but I'm not living with you anymore. I'm staying away from you. He could have done a lot of growing up away from her, but it sounds like he hasn't. He's just been waiting for her to come back. But why? She's not a good person. He moves in with her. They'll both be codependent on each other again. Whatever progress he might have made away from Chantal, it's all going to be for naught if he lives with her.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Damascus. I'm still gonna enjoy my time here. Yeah, strangers. I care about him. I still have love for him. Obviously, I still love for him.
And she has love for him, but I can already see what's going to happen. She's going to go home to Canada and still be in contact with Salah. And the first time he doesn't pick up the phone when she calls, or he doesn't respond to her text messages, maybe because he's busy, you know, she's going to lose her crap. And that's when she's going to get online and have an entire meltdown, like saying, why doesn't he respect my feelings? I thought he still cared. Well, I'm going to show him. I'm going to get on my channel and read him for filth. And then the war is on. It's going to be a war of the roses.
You know? Oh yeah. Whenever he first left, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm alone. And about for 2 days, you know, not full 2 days, but I was like, I just swallowed. You know what? I'm lonely. I made myself busy. I just made myself busy and I realized I can do this. I can be alone. It's not, hey, strawberries, don't stay in a situation that's not good for you just because you're lonely. That's what I have to learn.
Yeah, and you haven't learned it yet. Obviously, you didn't learn it when you were talking to Salah. Being with Nader should have taught you a lesson, but it did not. So you're in summer school with Salah, repeating the same circumstances with another guy who doesn't care about you, that you're paying for companionship with. You haven't learned. The only reason why you're leaving Syria is because the internet, you can't do your Foodie content, your money is dropping. He doesn't want you to stay there. It's about the money. That's why you're leaving. It's about the money.
He's not manipulating me. Yeah, true. I'm still very much.
Ooh, the internet's bad.
It's not hard to get divorced. Salah takes care of it. I don't even have to be here.
Yeah, it's not hard to get divorced if you weren't married in the first place. It's really easy to end a YouTube marriage. Just change the script. No paperwork needed.
No wheelchairs. I'm probably going to do some wheelchairs. I just won't eat the whole thing.
Wow. All right. With reactors, Girl World, we're put on notice. We know what we're in for. She's not even in Canada yet. She's already planning on doing wheelchairs. And for those people on my channel that are asking, what exactly are wheelchairs? Wheelchair edibles. They're very high potency edibles. We're talking 1,000 milligrams, and they're not cheap. Wheelchair edibles cost between, like, I would say $75 to $100 a pop. And when Chantal was doing the wheelchair edibles, she would eat them like Tic Tacs. Wheelchair edibles are really for people that have extreme pain or maybe terminal illness. They're really powerful. So here's this person, Chantal. She's already planning on going home to Canada and doing very, very powerful, potent edibles. Chantal, I wouldn't do that if I were you. When is the last time you've done an edible? It's been a while. So your tolerance has gone down. So if you do too much all at one time, it's going to be overwhelming. Like, you're going to be nearly comatose.
I'm going to try to pace
like you got no tolerance anymore. So it's like, it's going to hit you like a truck.
it every night. No, I don't have to apparently do it in Kuwait. Nope.
Like, I'm just going to tell you guys something. I have a friend named Jim, which I love dearly. And he has chronic migraines. Like, he keeps a migraine. There's never a second in his day or night where he doesn't have a migraine. So he deals with very severe pain. Now, Chantal does edibles for fun. My friend, who has constant migraines, he takes 30 milligrams in the morning and then another 30 milligrams right before bed. So 60 milligrams spread out, like 30 milligrams morning, 30 milligrams at night. So his doses are basically spread out. And Chantal will do hundreds of milligrams all at one time. So one person is using edibles responsibly for actual pain, and another person is just doing it to do it. And her doing edibles is a bad idea anyway, because all the edibles do is supercharge her food addiction. She'll eat edibles, and the edibles will fire up that addiction monster. And then she has a B moment like no other. So tell me she's not going to gain weight in Canada.
Bidding wars. Oh no. I hope I get this place. Please, please. The new fake Prada bag. I got it at a little store here. It smells like leather. It can't be leather. There's no way. Maybe they spray it. It's a cute bag. Maybe strawberries. Yes, YouTube lover. That's the thing. I'm very attracted to, yes, Arab men.
So YouTube lover says, Chantal, I know Arab, Middle East, and African men are your preference. But now that you're aware of the huge differences in Muslim culture, will you continue to date Arab men, etc.? And she says, yes, I am attracted to perhaps Middle Eastern men. Well, what you're attracted to and a person will actually work for you are two different things. That's why it's important to get to know the person, all of the person, and not just go on looks and be with them just because you think they're hot, Chantal.
And stuff, but no, I'm not even thinking about that, honestly, YouTube lover. Alimony. No, I'm not sending anyone any money.
Yet.
Salah, he when he left Kuwait, since he was a partner in his business, he was given good chunk of money to depart with, and they still owe him money. So, but he still has some involvement with it. Like, we just got a whole shipment of perfumes. But he also inherited some farmland. So he with like olive trees and stuff. So, and he's inherited some other things. So, without going too much into personal with it, but he'll be fine. You only need about 200, 300 a month to live here.
It just occurred to me, just thinking about Chantal and her men, the men in her life, the men that have escaped her. BB was fine when they were together because he was a hard-working, independent man. He worked hard, he made money, and after she left, he still had the home that he paid for, nice and comfortable, and good on him. Pete's, she put Pete's in debt. Serious debt. Before they moved into the villa, Pete's had a good job. He was making good money. He had good credit. After Chantal, all of that was obliterated. Then there's Nader. Nader got quite a bit of money from Chantal, but his life was no better for knowing her. And now there's Salah. So it took 3 years, but I think Salah can say, I won. Like, he's walking away from this from Chantal, but he's walking away with a home, a car, some money. He got something out of the deal.
You don't need hardly any money.
He's got more going on for him right now than Chantal's got going on for herself. She was a sugar mama, but now he's got all the sugar, and her sugar bowl is empty.
He has a car paid for, he bought. He has a house. He doesn't have any bills at all. So he'll be all right.
Oh, yeah, he'll be all right, but you, not so much.
I'm the one I need to worry about.
Yep.
Hey, Fernanda. I want to inherit olive trees. I know. Like, it's already, you can get a cut of that money. He doesn't have much money, guys. It's not like he's rich or anything.
How do you know that? I'm pretty certain that Salah has money that he socked away. Money that you don't know about, skimming off the top. Charging your silly self $75 for propane when it only costs 14 bucks. I'm sure he's been like lying to you about how much things cost and then pocketing the extra for a long time.
He's set. But that's why he has to still invest some of the money to get that land going and stuff. So he'll be tied up. He'll take care of himself and I'll take care of myself. I spend more than gas on that every month, I know. That's our business, Bed of Roses, but thanks. If it can be amicable, then that's best, yeah. You can go your own.
No, don't sing Fleetwood Mac, please. Don't ruin Fleetwood Mac for me. Stevie Nicks, you are not.
Julia! What did you do? Dad loves Julia. He's like, I'm not even gonna remarry or have kids. And if
He's telling you what he needs to tell you while you're there. He knows what a hurricane you are with your jealousy and insecurity and your immaturity. He's going to tell you what you need to hear while you're there in person. But I'm wondering when you're back in Canada, what's going to happen? He's being smart. He's not going to provoke your anger. You want to deal with all that.
If it happens, it will be like 4 years from now.
No, I don't think it'll take that long. I think he's already talking to people. He might already be married with a child, but he might have a couple more wives, considering he's the big man on campus right now with the money, the house, the car. Over in Syria, he's a rich guy. So it won't take him long at all to find a wife.
I'm like, who's gonna clean your house?
Well, you weren't cleaning it in the first place.
He's like, I'll clean it once a month. I was like, once a month? He lived by himself in Kuwait. I know, AHA budget. He whenever he'll order food every day. Or he'll spend a lot of time at his family's and they cook a lot and he'll just bring food. I don't know. He'll manage. When he was living in The Bachelor, If he remarries right away, it's not my business. And I honestly don't really care.
She says that now while she's there. Let's see what happens when she gets back to Canada. And if and when she learns he's got a new wife. It's not going to be pretty.
Most men never clean anyways. Who's Catholic? Hey, Lynx. Yeah, Candace, I want to just have a good time. I won't have a car for a while, but I'll just have to order, Walmart groceries or something. The ladies of the family will clean for him. We don't want to crash out. I won't crash out. I know, be kind. I would rather him be happy and have a new family than be here all by himself alone and miserable just to consider my feelings. No way.
He won't be thinking about you when you leave. As soon as he drops you off at the airport, you won't be a thought in his mind. The only thought that he might have about you is, it's over. Thank God it's over. It's finally over. She's finally gone. 3 years I've been putting up with this one. This mess of a woman. It's over. The ordeal is over. I don't have to deal with her anymore. He's going to celebrate that night. He's literally going to celebrate. He's going to get together with family and friends, and they're going to have a party. That you're gone. No more dealing with you. No more smelling you. No more cooking for you. No more putting up with your mess. He's going to be happy. I did a tarot reading on it, Chantal. As soon as you're gone, the sunshine is going to come back into his world. He's still got some inner damage that he's going to have to deal with because dealing with you has been traumatic, but he's going to be a happier man by far.
Yeah, his family's pressuring him. Maybe they already have a woman lined up.
I'm sure they do.
Erica Kirk is
if any reason to keep you from coming back.
Syrian and Lebanese. Is she? No. She looks really good stuff. Really, teardrop. I wouldn't doubt it.
One moment, please. All right, let's keep going.
Someone screen record the promise. I don't want to deal with no. I want to be alone and just focus on beezing and my new place
How are you going to be alone when Pizza's there? That makes no sense.
and set up my life and my health. Get a doctor. I don't know, Bed of Roses. I just spilt my frickin' coffee in the dark. No! Sorry, Chaos. I hope you didn't burn yourself. Preach, girl. Baby! Are you gonna go chase olives? Hold on, I gotta go. It might cut out, guys, while I'm in the kitchen preparing my sheesh and coffee and bringing my breakfast tray. Pink fairy, 1, 2, 3. Let's all go to Aldi's. Oh, you're on my breakfast tray. Oh. Match this. Oh, hold on, guys. I gotta concentrate. Oh. Anyway, don't worry about me with food. I ate a big June bug. I'm just joking. We can, travel and do content together. But now he doesn't want that since he's been here. He wants something else. So life.
Why doesn't he want to travel, though? I'm sure Salah would have loved traveling with you if you loved traveling. But I'm sure the experience in Thailand showed him a lot about you. The fact that you're not a traveler. You go to a location, but then you find a room, you get some fast food, and that's as far as you want to go. So you're not a fun traveling companion. That kind of takes the fun out of traveling with somebody when they don't want to have fun.
People change in life, He had a few family members there. He had maybe 4 or 5 family members there. He has probably 30, 40 here. So he didn't think he would be happier here, but he is. If he wants to go back, he just has to reapply for a residency either through a business or through a job, and he doesn't want to. He has a big resume from working there. He had manager positions. Like, you guys don't know everything about him. And it's not really anyone's business, to be quite honest. So I don't know why people feel entitled to that information. So whatever. People. That's things in life, to change in life and to things to not work out. It's better to have loved than lost to never have loved at all.
It's funny because Salah's, I don't know if it's a former friend now or still a friend, when Allah did a live stream, he mentioned that this whole thing between Salah and Foodie, it was basically a contract. There was an agreement that would only last a certain amount of time, maybe even an experiment. Did he call it an experiment? He called it something, but it was an agreement that was only supposed to go on for so long. It was never a marriage.
No, I don't know. That's okay. You don't have to know, Someone else's reality you might not understand. That's just the truth.
You know, Chantal, I think you're the only person in history that flew across the world to play house and went broke in the process because of it. That's a first. That has to be a world first.
Bruce. I'm just in the kitchen making my sheesh and my coffee. Women walk alone here all the time, but they're from here. I don't know where I'm going, and I don't speak Arabic very well. Yeah, lurking. Custody of her cat. Yeah, Julia has 2 parents, you know?
You were never her parent. She hates you. And by the way, Chantal, here's something that really bothers me. Dogs, cats are very sensitive to loud noises. Loud noises scare them. And yet you're loud. Is there any wonder that Julia did not want to be around you because you're loud?
So, and she's better off here with him than traveling all that way, in my opinion.
Yeah, because you don't know where you're going. And I can't see you walking to the airport with the luggage in one hand and Julie in the other. You're not that strong. It's a lot. You could never.
Panic. Are you health shaming? Mental health shaming? I'm just kidding. The smell.
Lord, she just walked to the kitchen to get some shisha and coffee. Girl, you don't need a villa when you get back to Canada. You need a hospital. Like, what is going on with your breathing? Go to a hospital.
Ooh, okay, whenever you make the coffee, when you boil it, they're on the top, develops like it's called a crema. It's so good. Ladybug. Hey, Katie. Sleepy Bee. Breakfast with Chantal show. KJ. Well, I'm down to my last 3 eggs. Nope, no creamer, just a bit of sugar, which people find here to be blasphemous, but I can't handle it without sugar. Just water, the coffee grinds, and sugar.
I'm clocking it right now. When Chantal goes back to Canada, she can be double fisting those Starbucks drinks. What do y'all think? She'd be loading up on Starbucks drinks and be bringing home big old containers of Starbucks drinks. Hitting that Starbucks 10 times a day. You know she misses her Starbucks.
Ew. This coffee, will I unblock everyone? Yeah. Yeah, YouTube lover, it is used a lot to describe mood instead of mental illness, yeah. But that's okay. I don't take things literally like a lot of people do sometimes. Hey, Michaela. Need good credit. So I get that. But I always just ask very nicely. I say, this is my situation. You know, this is how much I earn.
You know, Chantal, listen, I had to move not too long ago. I moved back in June. I moved shortly after Father's Day. What are you talking about? You could talk to a landlord on the phone and maybe say, this is what my situation is and how much I earn. But 100% of the time, they want to see proof. They want bank statements. They want to pull up your credit report. They want to pull up the reports to see if you got a bankruptcy. They want receipts. Just talking and saying, trust me, let me move in. I'm a good earner. It ain't good enough. They're not going to take your word. They don't know you.
I have no soy sauce.
a haunted house will be a bargain. That's the call to prayer. I don't know, desert highway. I'm not sure yet. I can't imagine not wearing the hijab, but okay, we won't talk over the. Sorry, hold. It's over. Hi, SB. Kevin. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get home about, Yeah, SB. If I'm being completely honest,
By the way, like Lily said, SB says, no way, you applied for a place, see, you're getting things done so quickly. Let me remind y'all, for those that just maybe forgotten, you can apply for a place. It doesn't mean you're going to get approved, though. You could be someone looking to rent a place and apply, but applying is not instant approval. You got to go through the approval process. There's a good chance you might get turned down for a lot of places and end up at a extended stay anyway. I mean, if I were a landlord looking at Chantal's situations and seeing an open, active bankruptcy, poor credit, not much money coming in, ooh, red flags.
how I feel is I do pray. I say little prayers throughout the day.
Oh, no, you don't.
And
No, you don't.
different beliefs. Your haters are old now. You don't need to show up at my door. I'm not afraid of that. It's just a nuisance, people being annoying, The big house in Montreal? No, that was in Ottawa. It didn't fall through, and I think that was God's intervention. Yeah.
So for those who don't know what Carr is talking about, Carr's comment is, can you finally tell us what really happened with that big house in Montreal you were going to rent, where the people were going to their vacation house and were going to leave their cats with you? That was such a big made up lie. Chantal was swearing that she was basically going to rent a mansion. And she also told us some really funky details, that although she was renting the house, allegedly, that the owners of the house renting to her, just for her, because she was a YouTuber, were going to put mirrors in one room for her. Yeah, she was talking all about this house, saying it had a coffee bar and all this stuff, and then it just fell through. And then later, Pete came online and said, no, it's not a mansion, it's just a regular house. So once again, there's Chantal being a pathological liar, making everything more grandiose than what it is, just to have something to talk about on her YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's between me and Allah. And I think my time in the Middle East has brought me closer to God in a lot of ways. And it's showed me another part of the world, another part of how people live. It's introduced me to wonderful people.
Yeah, maybe it was supposed to be a lesson in humility. Like, you have been living the last 8 years of your life being entitled, spoiled, and bratty. Maybe it was a spirit world wanting to drop you somewhere and show you should be more humble. Because this is part of the real world, how these people live, the struggles they go through. Being food insecure, starving. Maybe it's supposed to teach you some humility and compassion and really bring it on home that you've always had more than enough, and a lot of people don't have enough, and you have the nerve to complain about your life. Well, unfortunately, she did not learn her lesson in humility. She's still the same bratty, entitled person she ever was.
People that I'll never forget, including Salah.
Like, she's not going to go home with a sense of newfound gratitude of, I am thankful for living in Canada. I am thankful for electricity. I am thankful for the internet. I am thankful for the air conditioning. She's not going home grateful for anything. She's just going home to bees.
And I'm very But in the home, it's okay.
Sorry about
Yes,
that, guys.
APB. I respect his culture, right? For sure, I do. A hijabi in order for Salah to be married to me. And I have to be a certain way. He has to be able to dictate my life, how I dress.
You know what's crazy, Chantal, is that on one side you say you want a dominant man, right? You are attracted to what you call dominant men, and yet then you try to dominate the dominant man. You want that man to be masculine and dominant when you want them to be. And then when you want to control, you want to be the dominant one and take control of them. And it don't work like that. You don't want a husband. You don't want a boyfriend. You want a father figure. You've got abandonment issues. You've got daddy issues, and you project them on whatever guy you're with. Hence why there's so many problems, because something happens when you get with a dude. You revert back to being a child. You talk like a child. You act like a child. It's like you want someone around to give you the space to live out some sort of, late childhood or something. It's twisted.
How I am. And that's not for me. And I'm not downing that, because that's okay for a lot of cultures. And for me, that's just not, I just can't do that. I've tried. I do like the man to have control. I will, in a way, until it's not okay. But
right, until she wants it back. She wants control when it comes to her money. She wants control when it comes to her food. She doesn't want to listen to people.
I like him to take care of me and stuff like that, but I have to take care of myself, Yeah, for sure, SB. Would I be interested in being with another Muslim man? No, I don't think that. I don't think I want to be with anyone. I don't think a true traditional Muslim Arab man would want to be with a woman like me, and I understand why. It's very hard for the family to accept that. You even see that on 90 Day Fiancé. And Salah hid a lot of this from me, his family telling him things. Like, I never knew any of these things because he hid it from me. And there were some family members that, like didn't really talk to at all because, like, and I always wondered why. And it's because they don't approve. They don't approve of it. Yeah, Scarlett, maybe. YouTube lover, true.
Would you guys mind if I cut it off here? She's smoking her shisha. I've got a lot to do today. We're at a little over 2 hours anyway. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. So if you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.